chapter 50. The chapter of the thing judged, containing 45 verses, written at Mecca, and along with Surah 18 and 32 and 62 and 76. It's one of those really good ones to say on a Friday. The thing judged, containing 45 verses, written at Mecca. Muhammad hath entitled this chapter with the letter Qaf of the Arabic alphabet, which signifies in this place Qada al-Mur, that is to say, the thing judged. Jalaluddin and Badawi, who have initialed this chapter of judgment, are the thing judged. Many Muslims say likewise that Qaf is a mountain that embarked the world, and that Muhammad swore by that mountain. And so these separated letters, we kind of need to go beyond just assuming that the first thing we find in Arabic or Persian that kind of gives rendering of these letters is what's being talked about. But in the name of God, gracious and merciful, Qaf, I swear by Al-Quran, worthy of praise, that the inhabitants of Mecca wonder that a man of their nation teacheth them the torments of hell. They say that he speaketh strange things. What say they? Shall we die? Shall we be earth and return in the world? Behold, a very strong return. We know assuredly what the earth will do with us. We have a book wherein all is written. They impugn the known truth and are in great confusion. See they not heaven above them, and how we have built it, how we have adorned it, and how there is no defect. We have extended the earth, raised the mountains, and caused all sorts of fruit to spring forth for a sign of our omnipotency. We have sent the blessed rain from heaven and made gardens to produce grain pleasing to the reapers, and date trees exceeding each other in height to enrich our creatures. We have given life to the dead. Dry and barren earth, so shall the dead come out of their sepulchres. The people of Noah's time, and those who inhabited near the well, Tamad, Pharaoh, the fellow citizens of Lot, and they that dwell in the forest, and people of the king Tabah, did heretofore traduce our prophets, and felt the punishment denounced against misbelievers. Was a trouble to us to create man at first. Nevertheless, they are in doubt. If they shall rise again, we created man without difficulty. We know the motions of his soul and penetrate into his heart, as the blood into the veins of his body. O man, think upon the day that thou shalt see thy good and evil angel near thee, at the right hand and on thy left. They have observed and written all that thou hast done. Represent to thyself death before thine eyes. It is inevitable. Think on the angel that shall sound the trumpet at the day of the resurrection. In that day shall the wicked behold what was promised them, and all men shall come before God to be judged. Their guardian angels shall conduct them, and be the witnesses of their departments. It shall be said to the misbelievers, behold the day of which ye would have no thoughts, and we now open your eyes. Ye shall see this day more hard than iron. Their guardian angels shall say unto them, behold, here before your eyes all that ye have done. Cast into hell those obstinate misbelievers that have hindered their neighbor to do good, that have offended in doubting of God's law, and have affirmed there was another God with God. Cast them into the most grievous torments. Then shall the devil say to them, Lord, I did not seduce them. They seduced themselves. God shall say, dispute not before me. What was heretofore promised you is infallible. My word admitteth no alteration, and I will do injustice to none. God shall act at the day of judgment. If hell be full, it shall answer, is there any more? Paradise is prepared for the righteous, who shall have the fear of God before their eyes. It is promised to them that shall be converted, that shall obey the commandments of his divine majesty, and persevere in their obedience. It shall be said to them, enter ye into paradise, exempt from all evil. Behold the eternal day. Ye shall have all that is, ye shall desire and more. How rich and powerful cities have we in past times destroyed, their inhabitants fought in their countries, places of retreat, and escape not the punishment of their crimes. And this ought to serve for example to them that comprehend it, to them that hear it, and to such that saw it. Certainly we created in 6 days without difficulty the heaven and earth, and all that is between them. Persevere, be not impatient for the words of unbelievers. Exalt the glory of thy Lord before the sun go down and before it rise. Pray to thy Lord at the entrance of the night. The last of all shall be worship. Hearken when the angel shall call thee to general judgment. And that day shall all the world hear the trumpet. The people shall come out of their sepulchres, and earth shall open before the eyes of men. I give life and death, and all the world shall be assembled before me to be judged. This assurable is easy for me to accomplish. I know what the wicked say. Thou shalt not cause them by force to embrace my law. Teach it to those that fear the torments, and prepared for the misbelievers. And so we see in that chapter God closer than even our neck vein. So, closer than we are to ourselves. And it's not that these things that people worship are all not real, because certainly some of these devils are real. But not only do the angels, as we see elsewhere, the light beings not respond, but even the demon, even those who chose to be demons among the fire beings are going to be like, well, I didn't really know this guy, all these people who think that Satan, all these Satanists think that Satan's their best friend and are this, chief. It wasn't one of the thousands of that species. It was the chief that was their, and the chief was the one they were worshiping rather than just, but don't you kind of wonder with that sort of thing whether creatures see, oh, this guy's worshiping something other than God. He's worshiping a demon, so we'll react this way. And it doesn't have to be that one that they're worshiping. It could be some other thing decides to make itself known. But there's no guarantee that these people who worship whatever is that they're going to experience in this life what they're looking for.